have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, what it is. Happy Mickey Figgy Hub Day. I'm back. Lunatik Raider in the building with another episode of the Lunatik Raider Show. We got a good show for you today. We got a good show. We're going to break down about why Darien Porter can be him. Why? What was it during his roll through life, through football, to get to the NFL? Why did that role prepare him for greatness? Can he be the next great Raiders quarterback? I believe he can. Why? Because iron sharpens iron, and we will get into that in just a moment. But before we do, shout out to the world's most dangerous chat in the building, man. We back at it. You know what I mean? Hey, we got the asylum in the house, man. Let's get it, man. We got Billy Davis in the building. Man, salute to you, man. Hey, I'm doing good, Billy. Like I said, I had to take some time off. But all in all, man, everything is what it is. And now let's get back to it, man. Tomorrow, the rookies report to training camp. Yes. And I think the 22nd, the veterans shall follow. We shall get into all that. Adman, my guy, man. What it do, man? Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. My 2 cents is in the building, man. What it is, what it was, and what it always shall be. And you know where he hit you up with? He hit you up with this one time, though.
Might have time. There you go.
There you go. We in the building, man. We in the building. That's all that matter, man. Frankie Sanchez, what's the deal, man? Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up, man. I really appreciate it, man. Shout out to you. And we're going to let it come in a little bit, man. I missed these last few days and, a couple of people unsubscribed. But you know what? Fuck them. You know what I mean? That's how we get down with the get down here on Raiders and Legends. We say what we want, do what we want, when we want to do it. You know what I mean? But we got a good show. Like I said, man, we're going to talk about Darien Porter. And boy. Sometimes just the things you go through in life, it makes you stronger, regardless of what it is. Whatever's on the opposite side of you, besides the mirror and the mirror, fuck it, whatever's on the opposite side of you, that's your greatest challenge. That's always your greatest challenge, is what's in front of you, whether it's other people or whether it's yourself. And Darien Porter had some people on the other side of him, and we're going to get into it, bro, because I'm telling you, it made a big difference as far as how far he's coming and how fast people is pushing him through the car wash. You know what I mean? So without further delay, man, let's go ahead and jump into the content, shall we? We're talking about our own, man, Mr. Darien Porter, cornerback out of Iowa State. Started off as a wide receiver before being graduated to cornerback in college. 1 or 2 years. Last year's stats, he played in 12 games. He had 18 total tackles. He had 3 interceptions and 2 pass defended. As you can see, it's 40 times 4.3 flats. He is 6'3", 195 pounds. Your typical Sherman type corner as far as stature goes that Pete Carroll was, highly recruitive of. But his journey, a lot of people overlook his journey, where he come from and what he went through to get to where he's at, knowing he does not have a lot of experience playing the cornerback position. But coming from a wide receiver to corner, I think that's gonna help. Him being a former wide receiver is going to help him. Anticipation, he will know what to look for, the signs to look for. What do quarterbacks do? What does the offensive line will tell you what the play is. He's been on that other side to see all this. Now he gets to incorporate his knowledge from the offensive side of the ball into the defensive side of the ball in a spectacular fashion for being a corner at 6'3", 195 pounds with 4.3 flat speed. You remember I was talking about earlier, man, I would love to be at camp to see the battles between Darien Porter and Dante Thornton. Both of them 4.3 flats. Both of them 165 wide receiver, other 6'3 corner. You know what I mean? I would love to see that battle. But then I start thinking, well, damn, has Darien Porter even had this type of competition in any other camps? Well, let's go back to college. Let's go back to 2024 at Iowa State. Not the figure. Mr. Jaden Higgins. That's right, Jaden Higgins, the wide receiver drafted by the Houston Texans in the 3rd round of this past draft. Number 34 overall. Last season with Iowa State, that is. He played in 13 games, 87 receptions, 1,183 yards with 9 touchdowns, and was clocked at the combine at a 4.4740, standing at 6'4", 214. This is who Darien Porter had to go up against in college. Practice. His own teammate. And the rumors flew that Jaden Higgins was a target for the Raiders, but the Texans took him in the 2nd round, 34th overall. When did we draft Porter? Porter came in the 3rd round. So we ended up getting Thornton. We got Thornton in the 4th. That was later. But I think Thornton was because Jaden Higgins wasn't there. But I'm pretty sure if Jaden Higgins, put it like this, Besh was the wide receiver we took in the 2nd round. Jack Besh. Not to knock on Jack Besh, but if you look at Jack Besh, he's not a Thornton. He's not a Higgins. He's not built in that stature. So we went a whole different route with the wide receiver as far as build-wise. Because why? Jaden Higgins was gone. So our pick in the 2nd round, of course, was Jack Besh. Because our pick came later. Came after Houston. Jaden Higgins wasn't there. So that told us that might be correct that this was a target for us. Because getting Thornton, very, very similar. Very similar to Jaden Higgins. It's just Jaden Higgins been a wide receiver all his career in college. As far as being at Iowa State. Thornton, we know, started off at Oregon, then transferred to Tennessee. That's where Thornton ended up being. But we're talking about Darien Porter, who had to go up against Jaden Higgins in college. So that's another thing that we talk about, iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron, and this is one example of it. But wait, there's more. It doesn't stop there. Shout out to everybody coming in right now, man. I see y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. We got Billy Davis in the building. There go my girl Peaches in the building, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Real Talk Raider Nation in the building, man. Salute to you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, I will be at open practice August 2nd. August 2nd. So I will be there. Yes, we will be there. You know what I mean? Yes, we're in the building. So this is just one example of iron sharpens iron. But then you think you don't want to give. It's kind of like I don't want to put you on a diet of just water. You need other things to nourish your body, to nourish you as who you are. So what else can we give? What else did Darien Porter go through? Besides, first it was a wide receiver going to corner. It will help him dramatically with that knowledge of both sides of the ball at those two positions. Then it was at practice when he did switch over, he had to face Jaden Higgins, 6'4", 214. That's one aspect of a wide receiver you might have to guard, which you should match up fairly well with a 4'7", 6'4" wide receiver when you're a 4'3", 6'3". You know what I mean? But there's more though. There's more. That's not the only one that Darien Porter had to go up against. Also on that same Iowa State team was Jalen Noel, 2004 stats. Played in 14 games, had 80 receptions, 1,194 yards with 8 touchdowns, and was clocked at a 4.39 40 at 5'10", 194. You're going to have to face smaller competition with speed similar to your own. Can you cover the small, fast guys? Noel is faster than Higgins, but in stature is shorter. He's a smaller wide receiver, and yet the Texans draft him too. So now the Texans on their team have both Jaden Higgins as well as Jalen Noel from Iowa State. Who do we play this year? We played the Houston Texans this year, don't we? December 21st. December 21st, right before Christmas, we are on the road to Houston against the Texans versus Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins, two of former wide receivers of Iowa State who once had to face Darien Porter in practice. In practice. Sometimes your road in life there's going to be bumps. There's going to be speed bumps. As long as there's no dead ends, you can continue to grow. This is why iron sharpens iron. Now you're thrown in practice at Iowa State with two different types of wide receiver. And I know you done got your grits and gravy on by getting out there and getting after it. Porter is built to be him. And you're getting tutelage under Pete Carroll, bro. Pete Carroll. Secondaries, Pete Carroll's forte. That's his shit. That's his shit. Raider Paul, the building, man, salute to you. And he's hitting y'all what? With what?
Amount of time. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. So this is what's sharpening. This is the iron sharpening iron. But wait, we're not done. We're not done. So now we're looking at what is the development of Darien Porter. Why are they so high on Darien Porter? The first thing is God-given. 6'3". 195 pounds. Ran a 4.3 flat 40. Former wide receiver is the next thing. Has the knowledge of the wide receiver and what to expect and to forecast as a corner. Because corners are reactionary. They have to react to what's going on. So a corner is a reactionary position in football. You must have quick twitch. You must be able to recognize and convert. You must understand what the wide receiver is doing. You can use a lot of things to your advantage as a corner and a former wide receiver of knowing what to look for in the quarterback and far as what the wide receiver is doing and how the offensive line will be blocked. You get a front row seat of watching that whole offense when you face your opponent on that offensive line. Darien Porter has that. God-given ability. The fact that he played wide receiver and now is over at cornerback. Third, he's went up against Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel in practice, two of the draft's top wide receivers who one went in the second round, and then Houston came back in the third round and grabbed Noel. So these are guys that they had to face in college. But like I said, there's more. What's more, Lunatik? But then he comes on over to the Raiders. Guess who the Raiders draft in the fourth round? Yeah, Dante Thornton. Another 6'5", 205-pound wide receiver with 4.3 speed. Even though his numbers weren't just tremendous at Tennessee, but we understand this is how they used him. Everybody want to know about his route tree. If you really want to know what type of route tree Dante Thornton can run, Go watch Oregon, please. As a Duck fan, go Ducks. As a Duck fan, go watch him at Oregon. Go watch him. He was doing more than what he did at Tennessee. But at Tennessee, he played in 13 games with 26 receptions, 661 yards. Now listen to this. This is crazy to me. These stats, you gotta think about the stats though. 25 don't sound much. 26 doesn't sound much as receptions, right? But remember, Jaden Higgins and Noel. Let's go back and look. Let me give you an idea how we gotta do the math on here. We gotta multiply. So we go to Jaden Higgins. He had how many receptions in 2024? 87. So Higgins had 20. Remember this: 87 receptions for 1,183 yards and 9 touchdowns. Remember that number: 87, 1,183, 9. Noel, 80 receptions, 1,194 yards, and 8 touchdowns. But look at Thornton. In only 26 receptions. These guys had 80 plus receptions and 1,100 yards. Thornton had 26 with 661 yards. If that 26 was doubled to 52, still far under 80, he would have had over 1,200 yards receiving and 12 touchdowns. If you go by the average, and that's only 52. What if we double 50? Let's not even double 52. Let's add another 26 to 52 and make it 78, closer in the same range. Now you're talking about almost 2,000 yards receiving with 18 touchdowns on average is what Thornton would have had with those same receptions that Higgins and Noel had. So we see what Thornton is. To me, that means that there's a trajectory of Thornton being a great wide receiver. At 6'5", 205, 4'3", 40, and had over 600 yards with only 26 receptions and 6 touchdowns, and yet he's competing number-wise with Higgins and Noel. This is who Porter has to go against in practice now. This is who Porter has to go up against in practice now. Iron sharpens iron. This is why everything is set up for Porter to be a great corner. That's why you're hearing all the accolades and people hoopla in camp. But we're not going to find out. They report tomorrow. When the pads come on, it's going to be a different show. A different show. Darien Porter is set up for greatness, bro. He has the right coach behind him. He came up as a wide receiver, so that knowledge of that side of the ball is there, which you got to defend. He was born to be 6'3", 195 pounds with a 4'3", 40. He had to go up against Jaden Higgins and Noel, who both were drafted by the Texans in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. Now he gets to the Raiders and has to face Thornton. Hands down to me, if you were to multiply his stats to equal what Higgins and Noel did, would have blew their ass out the water. This is the potential that Thornton has as a wide receiver to be greater than Higgins, but people overlooked him. Oh, the only knock on Thornton was the route tree, but they act like the Oregon tapes don't exist. They act like the Oregon tapes don't exist, and that's where they messed up. Why? Because we got them. And that's the last thing, well, not the last thing, next to the last thing that makes Porter a potential great cornerback on the rise, because who he has to go up against. Who he has to go up against. And you got Pete Carroll. Come on now. Come on. If this kid does not succeed, somebody failed him. Somebody failed him. Sacktown Raider Mike in the building, man. Salute to you. I see you, brother. Oh, yeah, I see y'all, man.
I'm out of town. There you go. There you go.
There you go. There you go. I love that shit. Shout out to everybody out there, man. I see y'all, man. Make sure Alfredo the boss with the sauce, man. I see you, my brother.
I'm out of town. There you go. There you go.
James Farpo, man, you hit that shit up, bro, like a real one.
I'm out of town. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we up in here, bro. But I'm juiced, y'all, for the season. I'm juiced to see what Porter can do, what Thornton can do, what Best can do. Come on, brother. Listed. I mean, it seems like Spy Tech and them went into this draft with a game plan. They had a game plan. Because everything that we drafted is everything we need. And they did it in perspective of exactly how we need it. Porter is that dude, bro. They're setting Porter up to be that dude. He has the right tutelage. He has the right iron, sharpening his iron. Pause, because I know y'all gonna be thinking that Diddy shit. Oh, they were sharpening iron rods. No! I didn't say nothing about no rod. Iron sharpens iron, and this is a case of worthy of being brought forth to show y'all. It's that shit. Porter is that shit. That's why everybody, coaches and players alike, are Porter. Who's been standing out in practice? Porter. Now you know why Porter's standing out in practice. It's what you put into it. What's the old saying? You're only as good as your opposition. If he was going up against boo-boo ass wide receivers, had a boo-boo ass coach, what you expect him to be? Boo-boo. It's not gonna get great. Like they say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you in the wrong motherfucking room. Get your ass out and get into the room where you're not the smartest, so you can learn all the shit that those people in that room know that you don't. Hey, Porter, bro, hey, sneaky under the radar. Yeah, bro. He's baptism by fire. To be a first-year corner, listen, we're going to just talk about Iowa State right now. To be a first-time corner in college, you have to go against Jaden Higgins and Jalen Norrell. Two positions that was drafted ahead of you. So that just tells you what the Houston Texans thought of these guys, which I don't knock the Houston Texans. They went and got weapons for Stroud. They got a tandem that know how to work with each other in Stroud. But you know what? I'm not going to continue on. Let me stop this music. I got a video for y'all. I just want to set up the narrative so y'all can dive into this with me. I created a video of exactly why Darien Porter is going to be what he's going to be. Hands down. Let me get rid of this real quick. So without further delay, y'all, let's jump into the content. Let's go. This is a breakdown of why Darien Porter is going to be hymns. Not the hymns that you see in the commercial when you have erectile dysfunction, but him. He's going to be him. Let's go.
Here's a breakdown of how Dante Thornton Jr. and Jaden Higgins, through their roles and shared background with Darien Porter, helped shape him into a rising star cornerback for the Raiders. 1. Sharp competition and elevated standards. Dante Thornton Jr., practicing across from Porter every day at Raiders camp, puts Porter against elite-size speed talent. Thornton stands at 6'5", ran a blazing 4.30-second 40-yard dash, and has deep threat receiver traits. That fierce daily matchup forces Porter to sharpen his technique, footwork, and instincts. Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll both stress physical press coverage. Having Thornton as a practice adversary replicates top-tier game situations. 2. Shared receiver to defense lineage. Porter and Thornton share paths as former receivers. Porter switched from wide receiver to corner at Iowa State. Thornton amassed 47 college games at receiver before entering the draft. This common background creates mutual respect and deeper understanding. Thornton knows how elite receivers think, routes, timing, body positioning, while Porter anticipates those moves. That insight elevates Porter's coverage IQ and ball hawking ability. 3. Iowa State receiver culture, Higgins' influence. Jaden Higgins and teammate Jalen Noel helped pioneer an elite receiving culture at Iowa State, putting Porter in a high-caliber offensive environment. Higgins racked up 1,183 yards and 9 TDs in 2024. contributing to one of the best receiver duos in Cyclone history. Porter practiced against them regularly, helping hone his press technique, anticipating deep routes, and improving contesting skills. Facing high-octane receivers like Higgins and Noel Weekly in college served as a dress rehearsal for facing Thornton's similar size-speed combo in the NFL. 4. Athletic edge and confidence boost. Porter's elite combine numbers. 6'3" frame, 4.30 40, 9.99 RAS earned him high praise as a perfect fit for Pete Carroll's style, drawing comparisons to Richard Sherman. Being measured against Thornton's equally rare athletic profile reinforces Porter's belief that he can match up physically at the next level. 5. Cultural and competitive context. Coming from a competitive Iowa State program where receivers Higgins and Noel thrived, Porter developed a tough, resilient mindset. He helped ISU achieve a top-ranked pass defense and blocked punts, showing versatility and grit. Surrounded by high-impact receivers, pushed Porter to refine every aspect: physicality, route anticipation, ball tracking, even before NFL reps began. Final take: Thornton's presence in practice forces Porter to test his man coverage skills against elite size and speed daily. Higgins's receiver legacy at Iowa State laid the foundation for Porter's preparedness. He honed against top-tier wideouts in college. Combined, these influences have sharpened Porter's technique, athleticism, and confidence, setting him up to compete for a CB1 role in Vegas. Why it matters for the Raiders. Porter offers a rare combination of flashing coverage skills, 2024 90.1 PFF grade, lowest 4.7 passer rating when targeted, and positional maturity, though he's an older 24-year-old rookie with only approximately 700 college snaps. With talents like Thornton pushing the offense, Porter must excel or risk slipping. That internal pressure fuels his rapid progression. In summary, Dante Thornton Jr. challenges Porter's technical coverage daily. Jaden Higgins and the Iowa State receiver pipeline shaped Porter's early skills. Together, they're accelerating Porter's growth, transforming him into a potential star cornerback in Las Vegas.
And there you have it. There you have it. Wrapped up, all pretty with a little silver and black bow. Darien Porter was him. He's on the right track to be one of those great Raider corners. Coming from the cloth of Woodson, Asamoah, Mike Haynes. You know what I mean? Chester the molest. Come on, man. Hey, come on. I said, boy, that old school shit, man. I'm telling you. Guys that they stick to you. You can't put your biggest guy on him. He's just as big. You can't put your fastest guy with him. He's just as fast. He's a little green. He's a little green. But that's going to ripen over time. Over time is going to, every snap you take in camp, whether you're going up against Thornton, whether you're going up against Jacoby Myers, hell, we'll even put you on Brock Bowers. Just to sharpen that iron. Hey, the Raiders got him one, y'all. The Raiders got him one. I can't wait. Can't wait for practice. And I will be in the building at Allegiant Stadium August 2nd for the open training camp to keep my eye, to see exactly what is it everybody else see. Because I have not been able to see this guy in camp yet. You see little, but we ain't seen him with helmets and pads on. You know what I mean? Things is a little different. You know, and I can't wait until the Raiders match up against the Niners in training camp. We need that scrimmage, boy. Hey, we need the footage of that scrimmage. Because I tell you, I think we're going to beat up on them cats, man. These cats is ready. They're ready to be unleashed. The young dudes is what I'm excited for. I can't wait for the preseason. I will be in the building for the Niner-Raider preseason game. That should be August 16th. I think that is August 16th against the Niners. Because I want to see these young dudes. I'm not really tripping off the veterans. The veterans are what they are. But I want to see what these young guys has the potential of being. So I can't wait to get up in there and see these guys match up. Even with the training camp, you probably it's gonna be like last year. I was at last year's as well, but at least I get to see for myself in real life, 3D, what Ashton Genty looks like, Thornton, you know what I mean? Pegues, you know what I mean? Hemingway, Besh, if Besh is out there. You know there's a big deal with the second round pick signing their contracts because everybody want to see does the person ahead of him, or they don't want the person below to them. If they get a fully guaranteed contract, well, me too. Here go the me too shit. Shout out to everybody. Chewy's in the building, man. Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Like I said, I ain't going to hold y'all too long. I just want to do a breakdown of Darien Porter because the potential is here, but it's scary potential. Potential. Scary. You know what I mean? And in the Raiders, just secondary-wise through history, we had them. Some of them didn't pan out the way we wanted to. You know what I mean? But then others showed flashes. But I think this is the first time you can really get excited over Porter because Porter is not he's still green, but yet the excitement is up there. You know what I mean? It'll be different. He's solid. He's doing okay. Like, he done took the stage presence and took it away from Jacorian Bennett. But Jacorian Bennett was coming on last year with his 8 PBUs in 12 games. He was on his way. Shoulder issues that he said he'd been dealing with since college, being dislocated. Well, he got surgery on him. Done deal. Heal up, Jacorian will be back and ain't got to worry about that injury. You know what I mean? Same thing with Colton Miller on the offensive line. He's going to be back. You ain't going to have to worry about that injury. I heard he's solid. Tyree Wilson, injury, no longer an issue. Fully healed. Now we got to wait and see. I heard that there has been a second. Well, somebody said this shit. I'm just going to just hand it off to y'all what I heard. They said Hondo Carpenter said that he did have the second surgery already and that he should be ready by week 1. And that's Christian Wilkins. That's good news if that's the case. But I ain't passing it on as gospel. Like I say, take it with a grain of salt. It is what I heard, and you guys probably heard and read the same shit. So, just leave it for what it is. But if we can have everybody on this team healthy, this is going to be a good team. This team is definitely will be under the radar. Not to us, but to the rest of the league and to whoever else has an opinion that ain't worth shit. You know what I mean? There's potential there. And that's why I said it's the combination of the talent we have with the coaches implementing the scheme as well as the mindset and mentality that Pete Carroll is using, those Jedi mind tricks on our players to have them come together as one. If you get a team with this much talent to come together as one and just that they feed off each other, teams are in trouble. Because it's not like we don't have a super hard ass schedule. You know what I mean? And like I told y'all before, a lot of things is lining up, you know what I mean, for us with the stars. You got Geno Smith. And people say, well, Geno Smith has been the most accurate dude in the last 3 years, quarterback-wise. Can throw an accurate deep ball. We got threats that can go deep. That's facts now. All Geno Smith needs is a legitimate offensive line. It doesn't have to be elite, just legitimate, just to give him enough time to throw. And for those that say, well, what if he doesn't have enough time to throw? Then that marriages perfectly well with a Chip Kelly offense who does not want you to hold the ball that long in a up-tempo offense. Everything's up-tempo. We will never get down to 5 seconds left on the play clock. That's the kind of offense I expect. There should be a lot of time on the clock to do whatever reads and changes to the call before we snap. It's never going to be a last minute, hurry up and snap the ball. Not in this offense. And that means, to me, also it counters the fact that Geno holding the ball too long is detrimental to the team's progress because the sacks, fumbles can happen, all that. Or him trying to force the ball out because he's under duress. But in an off-tempo, the ball's not going to be in his hand that long anyway. And if ain't nobody open by the time you got that clock in your head, 1, 2, 3, you run. Because Chip Kelly wants you to run. If there ain't shit there, use your legs, bruh. And I get the green light to run. But if nothing's, I'd rather gain 1 yard than to get sacked and lose 5 or 10 or throw an interception. Rush the ball, run the ball. The most positive thing that could happen is you getting some yards. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Who else we got up in the building, man? We got Raider Fool Chris, my guy in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother.
I'm out of time. There you go. There you go.
So yeah, this is gonna be an exciting season, y'all. Hey, get your popcorn ready. Get your whatever floats your boat. Get that shit ready. Starts in the preseason. First game, Arizona Cardinals. Preseason. I want to see, does Genty get out there? Cam Miller. What is the excitement about Cam Miller as far as his? Because I know he's gonna run the ball. He's a dual threat. He's a dual threat. I know he came from the FCS, but hey, he was top elite doing it. What, 2 championships, 2 MVPs? Come on now. We want to see him on the field too. I want to see Thornton. I want to see all these guys, man. I want the Bird Boys. I want to see the Bird Boys out there. Hey, and people say, oh, the veterans won't be out there. Bullshit. Hey, let Pete Carroll tell your ass. Veterans is going to be out there. They may not be out there for long, but how do we develop continuity in a real game situation with these brand new linebackers we got? Devin White was not here last year. Jermaine Pratt was not here last year. You see Eldon, Roberts was not here last year. Geno Smith was not here last year. They have to develop some kind of continuity, not just in camp, but in a real live game action. They might just get a series or a quarter. I don't know how it's planned out by Pete Carroll, but my gut tells me the starters will be out there. Maybe limited, but they will be out there. They have to develop this chemistry. I'm telling you, the Raiders' floor this year is 9 wins. Everybody's saying the max wins is not. Fuck no. The bottom is 9 wins. The Raiders, I can see the Raiders getting about 12 wins. If this shit happens, if it depends on how they gel. If the continuity there is there early, like I give them, like say for instance, in the first 4 games, I usually give that, like when I bet it on football, I wait till after 4 games. Because you want shit to settle and you want to see who's legit and who ain't. You come out the gate 2-0, oh, you get excited, next thing you know, they lose the next 2. It starts, you know what I mean? Or you come out the gate 0-2, and the next thing you know, you win 2 straight. Things change real quick in the NFL because every game matters. It's the only sport I can think of that only has the least amount of games in the season. And they're talking about moving into 18, and we still less than the NBA, baseball, hockey. You know what I mean? We still less than the other major leagues. But every game counts. It makes it more intense because that one game is worth about 20 NBA games. Not even, I ain't gonna say 20 because there's only 82 games in the NBA. So it's not a quarter. It's not a quarter of one game. It's not a quarter of the fucking NBA. But if you split it down the middle, say average of 16 games, then you figure about a quarter of the season is 4 games. Quarter of a season for so 4 games in the NFL is the equivalent of about 20 games of the NBA and hockey. Baseball, let's not even go there. They damn near playing 200 games a season. But they can play 2-a-days and back-to-back type shit. NFL, nah. That's why NFL is what it is, the greatest sport on earth. You can never find another sport like football at all, period. It's too meaningful. Every game is too meaningful. It's just you only get one. Your team only plays once a week, so it's like you build up anticipation for the. It's like being on drugs, whatever that's like. Raise your hand if you on drugs, and you like after you take that hit and you ran out of dope, you wait all week to get paid again so you can buy more dope. That's the NFL. The NFL is the nation's drug. Ooh, that's a T-shirt. Football is the nation's drug. Yeah, that's my drug of choice. You know what I mean? But shout out to all y'all for pulling up, man. I appreciate y'all. 12-4, 13-5. We are going to the playoffs this season. I'm fucking with you on that one. Hey, Billy, for real. Why not? That's the question. Why not? There's teams out there that's going to win 12 to 14 games. Why not us? In a schedule where we're playing teams that were worse than us record-wise. We were sixth in the draft this year. We play all 5 ahead of us and 2 more that was in the top 10. That tells you right there. And any team that's coming in with a brand new quarterback facing us, bruh, you know a rookie ain't going to do shit. Jaden Daniels was the only exception because we already knew what he was going to be. That's why we wanted him. We already knew what he was going to be. With this past draft, we faced Tennessee against who? Cam Ward. A guy that would have went probably would have went after Bo Nix last year in the draft. You see what I mean? Like, he went number 1 overall this year, but last year he would have been probably behind Bo Nix. Because I don't think Denver would have took Cam Ward over Bo Nix, because Bo Nix he's just too similar to what what's the name in Denver, what was used to in New Orleans. With damn boy, my name dropping be bad. Hey, I'll be a hell of a witness for y'all. They be like, who was it that did it? I'll be like, shit. Fuck, I forgot his name. I don't, it'll come to me. You know what I mean? They be like, oh, well, we got to dismiss the case. The eyewitness don't remember who it was. Yeah, my bad. Maybe next time. You catch him again next time, I'll for sure, I might recognize him. But shout out to everybody out there, man. I'm about to get my ass up off here. I got to work tonight. They forced us to work overtime because it's Prime Week. But I'm off this weekend. There might be a show Friday. You know what? Friday, I want to do a Friday night feature. I just ain't reached out to nobody yet. Because I've been busy. I ain't lying. I just got back from Portland Sunday. Got back Sunday morning, went to work Sunday night, and we're working 12-hour shifts all week. So I don't get off till 6:30 in the morning. And you know what I mean? So I don't have a lot of time. And then I got to get all this stuff together for my son, because my son goes out of the country next week with his class. They're going to France and Spain. Ooh, lucky him. I get to go to Portland and Oakland. Wow. No, let me quit. But yeah, shout out to my son, man, doing big things, man. Appreciate him. I hope he ain't watching, because on his birthday is when we're going to training camp, 8/2/25. My son is going to be 16 on August 2nd, man. So, yes, my boy's growing up, man, right before my eyes, man. But with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your hump day. Don't let nobody hump your leg. And just remember, if life gets hard, just get over the hump. Because ain't nobody, hey, we're humping around. What's that old song? I can't remember that old funk song. We are the humping people. We like to hump around. Hey, that should be my theme song on Wednesdays. With that being said, man, you guys enjoy your day. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. And I'll be back tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. We're going to chop it up on this Raider shit, because the rookies report their camp tomorrow. So we'll have that news for you. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. It is the Lunatic Raiders show. And with that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider. And like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch. Ha ha! Go Raiders!